A family in Swindon buys a washing machine from a well-known high street retailer in October 2023. It is a brand name they recognise. It costs £379. The salesperson tells them it is reliable, energy efficient, and will handle the laundry needs of a household with 3 children. They take it home. It is installed. It works for 14 months. Then on a Tuesday morning in December 2024, it stops mid-cycle. Clothes soaking wet, drum full of water, and error code blinking on the panel. They call the manufacturer. The machine is out of its 1-year warranty by 8 weeks. 8 weeks. The repair quote comes back at £240 for a £379 machine. They do the math. They buy another washing machine. That is not bad luck. That is the business model. And today we're going to blow the roof off it, because the UK washing machine market is flooded with machines built to a price point, not a standard. And most British households have no idea which 5 brands are still building machines the old way, and which brands are quietly selling you a ticking clock dressed up as an appliance. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which brands to buy, which to avoid, and the 3 questions you must ask before you spend a single pound. Before we dive in, comment where you are watching from and click subscribe. Here is the first thing you need to understand. Buying a washing machine in the UK is not the same calculation as buying one somewhere that does not have our particular combination of problems. First, hard water. Roughly 60% of England sits in a hard or very hard water zone. Limescale builds inside drum heaters, pump seals and valve inlets. It kills machines from the inside slowly, invisibly, and well before you would expect. A machine designed and tested in a soft water region, then sold into the Thames Valley or the East Midlands, is already operating outside its intended conditions on day 1. Second, the cost of labour. A washing machine engineer call out in the UK in 2026 starts at around £80 to £100 before they have even looked at the problem. Add a part and you're looking at another £60 to £200. On a machine bought for £299, you hit the point where repair costs more than replacement within the first 2 years. Manufacturers know this. It is not an accident, it is an incentive structure. Third, the consumer rights gap. The Consumer Rights Act gives you up to 6 years to make a claim if a product fails prematurely. In practice, proving it requires funding your own independent engineering report, writing formal letters, and fighting a ridiculous legal department. Most people do not bother. Manufacturers count on that. Fourth, the service network outside major cities. If you live in rural Lincolnshire, Devon, or the Scottish Highlands, authorised engineers for most brands are a long drive away. 3 to 6 week waits for a repair are common. For a family, that is not an inconvenience, that is a crisis. And fifth, the post-Brexit parts situation. Many components come from European manufacturing chains. Since 2021, import delays and customs paperwork have pushed parts lead times up and repair prices higher. The average wait for a common drum bearing or control board that used to arrive in 3 days now takes 2 to 3 weeks in many parts of the country. Nobody mentions this when they are selling you the machine. This is not based on what looks good in the Curry's showroom. This list is built from 4 things. First, reliability data. Long-term reliability data from Which Magazine's Appliance Survey, which in July 2025 covered 5,588 washing machines owned by real members of the public. Not a 90-day satisfaction survey, years of real ownership data. Second, reports from independent engineers. The people I spoke to are working on these machines after the warranty has expired. They are not paid by the manufacturers. They see what breaks, when it breaks, and which brands they're called out to again and again. Third, independent lab tests, including energy consumption and wash performance data from testing organisations across the UK and Europe. And fourth, real-world parts availability and repair costs in the UK market today, not theoretical costs in a brochure. No brand paid for placement on this list. Several of them would prefer not to be on it. That is how you know we are doing it right. To understand how we got here, you need to understand where we came from. In the 1980s, a washing machine was a serious purchase. The machines coming out of German factories had stainless steel outer drums, cast iron counterweights, and motors built to commercial-grade specifications. Engineers designed them to run 15 to 20 years. In Britain, at that time, you bought a washing machine once, maybe twice in your adult life. Your parents' machine lasted longer than your first car. Then two things happened simultaneously and they changed everything. The first was the race to the price floor. To hit a £299 price point at Currys or Argos, corners had to be cut. Cast iron weights became concrete, then plastic. Stainless steel outer drums became plastic. Commercial-grade motors became belt-driven systems designed to last 5,000 cycles, not 20,000. The machine that looks like its predecessor on the outside is something entirely different on the inside. The second was brand consolidation. The names you grew up trusting got bought, merged, and hollowed out. Hotpoint and Indesit are now owned by Whirlpool Corporation. Zanussi and AEG are both owned by Electrolux. The badge changes, the purchasing department does not. When one corporation controls multiple brands, it makes component and supplier decisions at the group level, and the name on the front of your machine means less than the decision made 3 floors up the corporate structure. The result? Today, over 80% of washing machines sold in the UK cost under £500. Over 40% cost under £300. According to the White Goods Trade Association, the average lifespan of a washing machine has dropped from over 10 years to under 7 years. Budget machines now sometimes fail within 2 to 3 years of purchase. The machine you bought thinking it would last a decade has a design life closer to a used car, and nobody puts that number on the sticker. Hotpoint and Indesit. Hotpoint is a name that has been in British homes for generations. People trust it. That trust is the asset the current ownership is monetizing. In December 2019, Whirlpool was forced to recall over 500,000 Hotpoint and Indesit washing machines made between 2014 and 2018. The reason was a defective door lock mechanism that created a fire risk. 79 household fires were linked to these machines before the recall happened. The brand name you grew up trusting was not protecting you. The independent regulator had to force the action. These are budget machines sold on the strength of a heritage neither brand currently deserves. Beko. Beko is the UK's largest selling appliance brand by volume. That tells you everything about price and nothing about quality. One owner in 2025 reported buying a Beko washing machine in August, receiving a replacement in November after the first was faulty, and then watching the replacement also develop a fault within months. In independent fabric care testing, Beko machines have recorded gentleness ratings as low as 38%. Your clothes come out clean and visibly more worn. The 1-year warranty reflects exactly how long they expect you to be satisfied before the problems start. Budget and white label machines. If it is sold under a supermarket's own label, or if you do not recognize the brand, put it back. These are built to the absolute minimum specification that allows them to be sold legally. Motor life expectancy is counted in hundreds of cycles, not thousands. They are not a bargain. It is the most expensive washing machine you can buy, calculated over 5 years. Before we get to the 5 brands still worth buying, I want to ask you something directly. Drop a comment right now. What washing machine brand are you running? How old is it? And what went wrong first? My guess is a significant number of you are going to say something electrical, a control board, a PCU, a sensor. And I am going to guess a fair number of you will say it happened somewhere between 14 and 24 months in. That is not a manufacturing defect. That is a design decision. That is the machine doing exactly what the accountants planned. Best number 1, Miele. Miele does not make anyone's eyes light up at the price tag. A Miele washing machine in the UK starts at around £800 and runs to over £1,500 for their premium models. I want to be upfront about that. What that price buys is a machine tested to the equivalent of 5,000 wash cycles, 5 per week, 50 weeks a year over a 20-year period. That is their internal engineering standard, not a marketing claim. The machine is built with a stainless steel outer drum, cast iron counterweights, and in-house manufactured motors. Miele produces the vast majority of its critical components in its own factories in Germany. It does not outsource the things that determine whether your machine lasts 3 years or 20. Field data from independent technicians confirm what the factory claims. Miele machines consistently lasts 15 to 20 years in residential use. Some run longer. There are Miele owners in this country still running machines bought in the mid-2000s. That is a machine that has outlasted 3 or 4 budget replacements and is still washing without complaint. The genuine weakness is this. Miele repairs are extensive when they do occur. Independent engineers rarely work on them. You need Miele's own service network, and outside major cities that can mean a wait. Parts, while available for up to 15 years from manufacture, are not cheap. And the 20-year testing claim is qualified. Miele caps their extended warranty at 8,000 cycles, which means households doing more than 3 washes a day are in different territory. Read the small print before you buy. The economics require you to think in 20-year ownership windows. If you can make that calculation work, Miele wins decisively, and it is not close. Best number 2, Bosch. Bosch is the brand I would recommend to anyone who wants a genuinely reliable machine without taking out a second mortgage. Bosch consistently earns top reliability scores in which surveys. It is repeatedly cited by independent engineers as one of the easier brands to service and get parts for. The service network is strong across the UK, including outside major cities, which matters enormously if you are not within easy reach of a large town. The IDOS dosing system on mid-range and premium Bosch models automatically measures the right amount of detergent for each load. Over the life of the machine, that reduces the detergent build-up that causes pump failures and drum seal degradation. It is not a gimmick. It extends machine life in a measurable, documented way. Bosch uses plastic outer drums, unlike Miele. That is the honest difference between the two. For most households running 4 to 5 loads per week, a Bosch will give you 10 to 15 years of reliable use. Look at the Series 6 or Series 8 range. The Series 4 at the budget end is a compromise, and the longevity data reflects that. Do not start at the bottom of the Bosch range and expect the same outcome as the middle and top. Best number 3, LG. LG has done something most washing machine manufacturers have not done. They eliminated the belt. The inverter direct drive motor connects directly to the drum with no belt, no pulleys, and no clutch. The belt is the most common mechanical failure point in a washing machine. Remove it and you remove the most predictable breakdown. LG backs the direct drive motor with a 10-year parts warranty. Not the whole machine, the motor, but the motor is where most mechanical failures originate, and LG is telling you in writing that they expect it to last a decade. Independent reliability data consistently places LG at or near the top for front-loading machines. The AIDD technology on newer models detects fabric weight and adjusts the wash motion, and that also reduces mechanical stress on the drum and drum bearings over time. The catch: LG's overall machine warranty is 1 year, which is standard practice. Control boards on the more heavily smart-enabled models can be a weakness after year 1. Stick to mid-range models without excessive connectivity features if longevity is the priority. The Turbo Wash 360 range is excellent. The AIDD models in the 7 to 9 kilogram range are the sweet spot. Best number 4, AEG. AEG is owned by Electrolux, the same parent as Zanussi. That matters, and I want to be transparent about it. However, AEG's L-Series range consistently outperforms its sibling brands in independent testing and long-term ownership data. There are AEG owners in the UK running machines that are 15 and 21 years old. That is not luck. That is the result of honest engineering. AEG's ProSense technology adjusts water usage based on actual load size. Accurate load sensing reduces stress on drum bearings and the motor over time. Every cycle the machine is not working harder than it needs to is a cycle added to its life. AEG machines are also well suited to the UK's hard water problem. The drum rinsing and water management systems handle high mineral water better than most competitors. In England's hard water zones, that is a real advantage, not a minor one. The honest caveat: AEG customer service, based on owner reports from 2025 and 2026, is inconsistent. The machines are good. The experience when something goes wrong is not always good. Buy through a retailer with a strong service track record. John Lewis, which offers a 2-year guarantee as standard on many appliances, is worth the slight price premium. Best number 5, Samsung. Samsung is the most contested entry on this list, and I want to be precise about why it makes it. Samsung washing machines are not the most reliable in absolute terms. They are more electronically complex than Bosch, Miele or LG, and that complexity creates more potential failure points, particularly in the control systems. Independent engineers report Samsung more frequently than Bosch or LG for electronic fault callouts. But Samsung's eco-bubble technology is genuinely effective. Dissolving detergent into bubbles before the wash cycle begins improves cleaning performance at lower temperatures, which reduces energy consumption and mechanical wear at the same time. Their drum sizes and build quality in the mid to upper range are excellent, and Samsung's 5-year warranty on selected models provides meaningful long-term protection that most competitors do not match at the same price point. The rule with Samsung is simple: buy mid-range or higher. The Series 6 and Series 9 models with 5-year warranty coverage are the ones worth owning. Avoid Samsung at the budget end. That is where corners are cut and callouts happen. At the right price point, with the right warranty, Samsung earns its place on this list. Let me run the numbers nobody runs for you in the showroom. Option 1, you buy a budget machine for £320. It runs 5 years before a repair bill arrives for £200. Not worth fixing. You replace it with another £320 machine. By year 12, you have bought 2 machines, possibly 3, paid for at least 1 engineer visit, and gone without a working machine on 2 separate occasions. Conservative total over 12 years, between £900 and £1,100. That is before the launderette runs and the cost of your time. Option 2, you buy a Bosch Series 8 for £700. It runs 12 years without major repair, consistent with long-term ownership data. Total £700, possibly 1 service call at £100, approximately £800, and you still have a working machine. Option 3, you buy a Miele for £1,100. It runs 20 years. Total £1,100, plus perhaps 1 repair in year 15. Had you bought budget machines over those same 20 years, you would have spent between £1,600 and £2,000. The Miele is cheaper. It just does not feel that way at the till. The sticker price is a trap. The total cost of ownership is the number that matters. Nobody puts that number on the label. Rule 1. Check the outer drum material. A stainless steel inner drum is standard above £300. The outer drum, the part you never see, is where the real material difference lives. Miele uses stainless steel. Most others use plastic. Not a deal breaker at the Bosch price point, but it tells you something about the engineering philosophy behind the machine. Rule 2. Check the warranty length and read what it actually covers. A 1-year warranty is the legal minimum. Any manufacturer offering it only 1 year is telling you exactly how long they want to be responsible. Look for 2 years or more as standard, or a specific extended motor warranty. LG has a 10-year motor warranty and Samsung offers a 5-year warranty on selected models. Those are the benchmarks. John Lewis's standard 2-year guarantee is worth factoring in, even if the machine costs slightly more there than at a discounter. Rule 3. Avoid excessive smart features if longevity is the priority. Every additional component is an additional failure point. A machine that connects to your phone, talks to your boiler, and sends notifications is a machine with more ways to break. For most households, the best long-term machine is the one with enough features to be genuinely useful and not one component more. The job is to wash clothes reliably for 15 years. Buy the machine engineered to do that, not the one engineered to impress you in the showroom. The UK washing machine market is not broken by accident. It is operating exactly as designed. A market where 80% of machines cost under £500, where the average lifespan has dropped below 7 years, where 1-year warranties are the industry standard, is a market built around replacement, not reliability. The incentives run in one direction. Manufacturers make more money when you buy again in year 5 than when you are still running their machine in year 15. They have made their peace with that. You should not have to. The brands that build machines to last are not the ones with the biggest floor space at Currys. They are not always the ones the salesperson leads with. They are the ones whose engineers made a decision somewhere upstream that the machine should still be washing clothes when the mortgage on the house it sits in is closer to paid off. Miele, Bosch, LG, AEG, Samsung with conditions. Those are the 5. Everything else is a gamble dressed up as a bargain. If this video saved you from a costly mistake, subscribe now and share it with anyone about to buy a washing machine. That is all.